What's going on, guys? Crypto Jeremy here, back with another XRP video. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. Make sure to smash the subscribe button. This is 4 days. It's my fourth day in a row, guys. Consistent daily uploads, so you can get those notifications and get into the information as quick as possible. I am no stranger to consistent uploads. Back in the day, I uploaded maybe about 150 to 200 videos in a row. I'm going to try to do it again. I'm excited, I'm enthusiastic, and that's all that really matters. So yeah, appreciate the support, guys. Smash the likes as well. Helps with everything. Let's get straight into it. So the shift pitchfork I drew yesterday worked as expected. In fact, there's a actual better shift pitchfork. This one right here will be crucial over the next few hours to day. It is started at the bottom of our lowest level of our retracement off of the initial pump to 90 something cents. And then our random flash wick we saw yesterday. And this actual pitchfork that we're seeing right here is strongly playing out the local support. This was a manufactured reactionary dump. Just now I was watching it on the majors like Bitcoin and ETH, massive sell-off. XRP just followed, but it was eating up really quick, down to 74 cents, straight back up to 75. But you can see right here, support resistance playing out. I would assume that this has to do with just massive sell pressure, longs liquidated into the bounce on the low side. That's usually what happens. Probably what happened right here. In other words, people saw this break. This was probably a very important level that was broken right here, and then people FOMO'd in long, high leverage. And then that open interest was absolutely wiped out once there was probably a spot seller that massively took profits there, and it dumped all the way down to 73 cents. And this could coincide with other coins, guys. This is not like XRP only. I'm not comparing it to ETH or Bitcoin, but most of the time it will coincide. But the market trends and the market psychology and trades that people take do usually coincide between markets, because humans are simple creatures. If there's fear on one chart, there's going to be fear on another chart. If there's FTX, for example, everything dumped because money is flowing out of crypto. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what happened there. But keep in mind this modified shift pitchfork. Going to be interesting for sure. Just draw some lines, guys. Right now, the time that this TA, so a lot of people like on Wall Street, the edge that they're going to get is not necessarily always going to be technical analysis. So for example, a lot of people will trash talk TA and say it's like astrology is stupid. But at the end of the day, it is an edge that you can use. Specifically things like moving averages, like the MACD is very, very valuable. But I believe just in like patterns, and I also believe in ratios. So as I've explained before many times, you can just kind of go, don't use the trend-based Fib extensions, because those extensions are like more for like a macro trend. I remember in 2020, before the COVID dump, I perfectly traced, or I guess actually after the COVID dump, I perfectly traced the $60,000 high on Bitcoin via trend-based Fib extensions. I believe it was on the daily or the weekly chart. Can't remember which one, but it worked on both. Hyper useful for the macro trends. But for like a short-term trend, you can use your Fib retracement just between two levels. It doesn't have to be only for retracement, because those levels are going to be crucial. For example, right here, if we take this, these are the levels, like for example, if you're trading, shorting, the 236 is probably going to be more profitable than shorting the, 755. Or sorry, the price of 75.5 cents. If you're shorting right at 76 cents, right on this area, it's probably going to be more profitable. But I'd be careful, because those levels can be completely destroyed. No problem like this. Like for example, right here, broke above, wicked up, and then bounced back 2 candles later, about 30 minutes later, for a support bounce. That's just how it is. It's the market. Look here, right here, massive wick resistance, right? Massive wick support right on the line, and these lines are based on just these 2 points right here and right here, which was retroactively drawn on. So it's too many coincidences, right, for it to be BS. Anyways, I'm excited about this week, guys. I'm going to talk about a little bit later what I think about what's going to happen this week. I want to talk about this because this is a big factor in the current price action in the cryptocurrency market. We have all this great news. The ETFs potential approval here, and I believe it is about either 30 to 60 days. I don't remember exactly. But pretty much relatively soon we'll have some sort of response. This is what I find very weird, man. So the head of BlackRock, Fink, okay, he has been on like these, for some reason, I don't know what the idea is for Larry Fink to be doing this, but he's on like TV shows and stuff talking about Bitcoin and the ETF approval. I don't know. This is not a very public guy. I mean, he's not private. He's not like someone like at Rentech, for example, but he's a pretty private guy, and he's on like just talking about crypto and stuff and about the ETFs. And I find this weird because what I'm thinking when I hear all this stuff is this is the top signal. I'm thinking the institutions that could have gone to cryptocurrency already are in it, okay? And so they're trying to promote or pretty much apply for ETFs, force legislation, or I guess in this case it'd be regulation, to accept them in order to get those juicy commissions on those trades. This is not a crypto is the future play. This is I'm a salesman and I have to sell my future product, which is going to be my ETF type play. That's what this is. So be careful when you get distracted by stuff like this. Usually news like this represents the local top. Now, there is no bull market quite yet for crypto, so there can't really be a local top, but it's very weird. And, also like Ripple's decision is troublesome on multiple fronts, according to a former SEC official. I don't know if this is FUD, but it's interesting. Because he says the Ripple decision holds that the same exact token can be a security sometimes, but not a security other times, and the more ignorant and willful blindness by retail investors, then the less protection the retail investors will receive, and the less disclosure about the token, then the less liability for the token issuer. That just can't be right. So this guy, obviously, he's a suit. There's no question about it. But at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in, if you're in the crypto space, for example, FTX, guys, the people that got burned in FTX, you can't blame anyone but yourself, because that was an unregistered or unregulated. It wasn't even registered in the U.S., the exchange. They had a U.S. entity. That one allegedly is whole, right? But you can't, in the crypto space, you can't assume that your crypto is quote unquote safe. And that's part of the gamble. And so like something like Ripple and XRP is as legit as they'll get. And so I think that creating like for example, let's say hypothetically a company, or let's say a bank. So banks are interesting, right? Because banks, they're greedy. Banks will follow the money, okay? Same with VCs, same with most funds in the financial, I say all funds. In the like some funds will have their different philosophy, and they'll maintain that philosophy over time. I think Cathie Wood with ARK is kind of like that to some extent, but most funds will just follow the money, and that's probably why she hasn't been performing that well. So what happened? Like for example, listen to this. In 2021, 2022, you know how much money was destroyed and blown on Web3? Like, do you realize the quantity of money that like A16Z put into things like Yuga Labs and all the different types of NFT Web3 companies? It was exorbitant and disgusting, okay? Now they're screwed, right? And so following the money is important. And I think Ripple has the incentives, okay? Obviously now they can't give XRP to companies, but they can OTC sell that XRP, or just market sell it if they're idiots. And then incentivize banks, companies to be using XRPL. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the money that's transferred around the world, and I'm not talking like Swift or anything. I'm talking purely, let's say you deposit money to Robinhood or whatever it may be, you transferring money. You can technically, or PayPal, whatever it may be, you can technically access that money instantly, but the money's not there. The money is credited or debited, right? With XRP, that money can literally be settled within 6 to 10 seconds. And so that sale, or that sell, like sell, not like the actual sale of XRP, but like that sell is from like a deal model, is going to be extremely bullish for companies that want that. And if they get if the incentives are right, they will companies, I meant banks that want that. And the incentives are right, which they will be because it's Ripple. The money will follow. So those are my thoughts on that regulation BS. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest, about all this stuff. At the end of the day, the market is a free market and it'll just trade how it trades. I don't personally think XRP is that manipulated outside the escrow releases. I don't know exactly what's happening with those sales anymore, to be honest. Back there was way more, it was way more clear back in the day that you'd have like reports. I don't know if Ripple's still doing them. I should look into this, to be honest, of reports of these many were sold, these many were sent back to escrow. But that consistent sell pressure, that someone like Ripple will have is not going to be at the same level of some of these trash L2 chains that have massive VC funding, like Solana, for example. Sui was released, for example, Aptos, stuff like that. It's not to that extent, which is surprising. But a Bitcoin Maxi will tell you it is, but it's just cap. It's just pure cap, and you gotta be able to see it. You gotta be able to read through it. Open interest increasing. Not much liquidation. Not many liquidations happening over the past day or so. All long liquidation, 4.5 mil, 6.2 mil short liquidations. I don't know how accurate this is, but if it is accurate, then that's absolutely peanuts considering the fact that we are having some decent volatility. Like if you're going high leverage, those 5 cents wipes is like an 8% change in price. They will absolutely obliterate you. Anyways, for price prediction, I am going to say it here and now. If the S&P 500 does not retrace this week, okay, if ETH is able to regain 2K, in other words, if the crypto and TradFi markets are healthy, I think we will see a $1 XRP this week, and I believe it. Okay, this is not me saying it just for some hopium, not at all. I genuinely believe it. I mean, we almost saw it. Some absolute chads out there shorted the 90 cents. It's a PvP game. What can I say? If someone's shorting, someone's longing at the same time. And that's how the open interest, remains, or the long short interest remains similar, right? But yeah, those are my thoughts. I think we can do it. I really believe it. I think the momentum is there. The XRP chart is looking absolutely healthy. If you look at, for example, at the ETH chart right now on the 15-minute as well, it's not looking that healthy. I'm not going to lie. Definitely a way bigger sell-off here. I don't know about in percentage-wise it's less, but in terms of like relative ratio, like it almost dumped down to before any pumps, like to 1900. While XRP, even its low here was like more than half of what it originally, which makes sense because we're at those. We're still. I'm surprised. I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised we're still above 70 cents. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. I'm excited for this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited for this week, guys. Binance FUD is also something that's actually kind of worrisome to some extent, but I don't think we need to worry about it. This is the thing, like, whether you like to admit it or not, CZ kind of killed FTX. I was there. I saw the tweets. I saw the outflow of money. I saw the depeg of FTT at $22. I was trading it. I was shorting it. Completely fumbled the bag on that short. Panicked the next day when I woke up and it was close to liquidation. Because I don't know if you guys remember, it bounced back up to 24 or something, 26 maybe. I can't remember exactly. But it bounced and then it massively it just tumbled. But what I was saying is that CZ, he kind of killed FTX, and any reason FTX kind of was screwed because they were relying too much on FTT as a store of value. If FTT lost its value, then so many of its loans, so many of its payments, so many of its value was just obliterated. And the question is Binance like that with BNB? We don't know. Some speculate yes, some say no. It's too much of a cult of character with CZ and Binance for people to give an honest opinion, and it's just too much hating. Like, we've seen some sus stuff by CZ, layoffs now recently, but I don't know, guys. We'll have to wait and see. It's not something you can really predict. You just have to react to it. So yeah, I'll see you guys later in my next video. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys I keep on repeating the same thing because my brain is so used to the one like way to finish the video. But yeah, I'll thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, as usual, peace.